from Kern Government Television. Welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy. And our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Board to reconvene. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Peters.
Here.
Supervisor Scrivener.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
On time.
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the Tuesday, October 25th, 9 a.m. meeting of the Board of Supervisors. We will begin today's meeting with the flag salute led by Supervisor Maggard, and ask you to please remain standing for a moment of prayer, silence, or meditation, whichever you prefer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, next I'm going to call on Nick Cullen. He's our Director of Animal Services to introduce our Pet of the Week. Thank you. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Chairman Scrivener, members of the board.
Who do we have with us this morning?
I have with me Hops, or Hoppy as we've been calling him. He's about a 3-year-old Chihuahua mix. He's a little scared this morning, but he's full of energy. He's gonna make somebody a cool family pet because he gets along with other dogs and he loves kids, and when he's ready to go potty, he hops up and down, hence his name, Hoppy.
All right.
He's available for adoption or for foster from the Kern County Animal Shelter right now.
Excellent. Well, Hoppy, best of luck to you and happy Halloween.
First time we've talked about Hoppy in a few weeks. Yes.
Okay, we will begin by considering the consent agenda, and agendas are located on the tables near the doors for anyone wishing to follow along. So we're going to start with our consent agenda items. All items listed with a CA above the item are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. Consent items will be considered first and may be approved by one motion. If a member of the audience wishes to comment or ask questions regarding an item on the consent agenda, they may do so prior to a vote being taken. A member of the board may remove any item from the consent agenda, and it will be considered in listed sequence with an opportunity for any member of the public to address the board concerning the item before action is taken. A member of the public may also comment on any closed session items, and so I'll read the consent agenda item numbers now. On page 2, item 1 is on consent, as well as 6 and 7. On page 3, all items 8 through 14 are on consent. Page 4, all items 15 through 25 are on consent. Page 5, all items 26 through 34 are on consent. Page 6, all items 35 through 41 are on consent. On page 7, all items 42 through 47 are on consent. And finally, on page 8, items 48 through 53 are all on consent. And so at this time, I'll ask if there's any members of the audience that would like to make any comments or ask any questions about the consent agenda items. Okay, I don't see any. Then I'll return to the board for any questions, comments, or a motion.
Motion on consent.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So now we will return to page 2 on our agenda, and we will start with item number 2. This is an item under resolutions and proclamations. Item number 2 is to proclaim November 2022 as National Adoption Awareness Month in Kern County, and Supervisor Peters will make this presentation.
Thank you, Chairman Scrivener. I'd like to make a motion to approve item number 2.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Good morning, Chairman Scrivener and fellow board members. It's an honor today to present this proclamation proclaiming National Adoption Awareness Month in Kern County for the month of November. Kern County currently has a little over 2,000 children in our foster youth programs, and it really can't be overstated the impact that Department of Human Services and our adoptive families have on providing some stability and care to these youth in our community. So they're all to be commended, but I'll get out of the way and let them tell you more about it. But it's my honor on behalf of the board to present this proclamation declaring November 2022 as National Adoption Awareness Month in Kern County. This recognition has been entered into the board minutes and signed by our Honorable Chairman, Zach Scrivener.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leo.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Supervisor Peters. Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Thank you for this proclamation celebrating National Adoption Awareness Month. Lita Morel, your Director of Department of Human Services. I'm honored to be joined here today by this esteemed, wonderful team that I have behind me, and also our Kern Resource foster parents, Christy and Gabriel Mancera. I want to thank Christy and Gabriel for their commitment to children through adoption. This particular year, they're adopting their 7th child, which is really amazing. I'm also joined by the National Adoption Day Committee. They're the committee that puts on the National Adoption Day event that we have, and this is our 20th year that we're having this event. The DHS leads this team and partners with Superior Court, both from juvenile and family law, the CARE Foundation, Coania, Kern Bridges, Asperanet, CASA, and Bakersfield Angels. And lastly, I want to thank the amazing social workers that work so hard in making sure our families and children are safe in our community, and our family, our resource parents who also care for the children in need in this community. And with that, I'd like to show a short video with your indulgence, if I can get that video queued up. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I think this video says it all.
I'm Janice Blair, spokesperson for the Kern County Department of Human Services and chair of the National Adoption Day Committee in Kern County. At DHS, our core purpose is to care for and enrich the lives of children, families, and individuals in our community. When children come into our care, our first goal is to help families safely reunite. When that isn't possible, adoption is the next best plan for a permanent family for a child.
National Adoption Day is so special in family law. We see so much anger and disappointment that as a family law judge, to be able to preside over these types of proceedings, joining families together where everyone's happy and just moving forward in their life, and you can just see the happiness. It's a great day, and it just inspires me to want to continue to do family law. So it is a very special day. You can just feel the happiness. These people go through long periods before they're able to get to this day, and you can see the joy in their faces.
58 years ago, I was adopted at birth by the Brownlee family in Blythe, California. Probably the most loving, kindest people you can imagine. And I consider myself, without question, the luckiest man there could be, because I was raised by that family. And when I'm signing those papers today, I'm hoping that every child will end up with the same type of family that I did.
When we do adoptions, it's always happy. Everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, laughing, they're together, the families are there with them celebrating. The biggest challenge for me is not crying.
Do you understand you will have the rights and obligations to act in all respects as Ian's parents?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you willingly accept each of these rights, responsibilities, and obligations?
Yes.
In this court, I've seen the families throughout the proceedings. I've seen the children, I've seen the adoptive parents, and so I feel like I know some of these families and I know some of these children, and so it's especially exciting to be able to get to this point where we are sealing the deal on the forever family.
It is hereby declared, adjudged, and ordered that Ian Xavier Cole Smith is declared the child of Matthew Scott Smith and Joyce Marie Smith. Congratulations.
I wanted to let you know firsthand that I do know how special adopted families and adopted children are, because I too am an adopted child, and I was raised my entire life in an adopted family. 53 years ago, I found myself in need of a forever family. And Ernest and Ginger Avila answered that call. I don't think that they could have ever dreamed that that baby girl that they adopted 53 years ago would be participating in today's National Adoption Day as a Kern County Superior Court judge presiding over adoptions. Today's National Adoption Day is, for me, life coming full circle. And for the families that will be in my courtroom today, I hope it's a reminder what my parents knew so long ago, that with love, everything is possible.
Now, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I have the privilege and honor of introducing Christy and her husband Gabriel to talk about their journey through this process and how adoption has enriched their lives. So, Christy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Christy. This is my husband Gabriel and our daughter Tristan, one of our twins. We started this journey, our little journey, taking in emergency care. That was the plan. The plan turned into long-term adoption. Then siblings came along. So we quickly jumped from 2 newborns to 2 newborns, a 1.5-year-old, a 10-year-old, and another newborn, which was the sister. So a sibling set of 3, and then the 2 we had. At that point, we continued to grow, raise them. We have huge support from our own children who are all grown, who help babysit, care for them, and walk every step of the way with us through this journey. From that point, we took on an emergency care situation that she was expected to go back to mom. However, it didn't happen, and we were blessed to be able to adopt her. And at the same time, the day we got that, we got a call that our son's sister was born. We had no idea. So we have number 12 of that sibling set. So we have number 11 and 12. So through this journey, I said, can we do it? He said, let's go. I said, okay. So we now have a full house. We call it our little circus. We run it, and we love it, and wouldn't have it any other way. Our children, DCFS has backed us up in so many ways I cannot ever explain to you, as well as the Bakersfield Angels. This journey has been a blessing. I tell my husband I don't think I'll ever stop.
No.
Even as they grow and go to school, I'll never stop.
No.
Our hearts are in it to win it, and for these kids. When you see them go from where they're at to where they are, it will keep you thriving every day, no matter what. So, long story short, here we are. We're thankful for everybody. We started this journey. Our daughter, who is now 2, we have our adoption date for National Adoption Day this year. She is our 7th adoption. Last year, she had a stroke and found out it's a very rare genetics disease. We have been her #1 advocate. We have fought. We have argued. We have stood our grounds with doctors, and she has polycystic kidney disease and a very rare genetics neurological disease. She lost all feeling on the left side of her body. We've been to Stanford, we've been to LA, we've been to Loma Linda, we've been everywhere. We are Madeira and LA twice a month, if not more. She has fought a very long battle. She is now walking again. She's talking again. she's running again. With assistance, the running, but she's there.
She's there.
So she's happy, she's thriving, and we're all doing it together. To say it's not a challenge, I would be lying. It takes very strong individuals to do this, and I'm thankful. But we love it. And that's our chaos. And she has bounced back 100% because of the fight that we put up for them. I encourage everybody who feels the need to do this or the want, God give them strength in their heart, because it's not easy. It's a journey. You cry a lot. You laugh a lot. You get frustrated. But as long as you have the fight in you for these kids, that's all that matters.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much. You two are amazing. And thank you to all the advocates that give support, not just to you, but to all of our parents and all of our staff at DHS. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Morello. All right. Next is item number 3, and this is to proclaim October 17th through the 21st, 2022 as Medical Assistance Recognition Week in Kern County, and Supervisor Perez will make this presentation.
Thank you, Chair. Motion on resolution or proclamation.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Honorable Chairman and colleagues, I am proud to stand before you today to proclaim October 17 to 21 as Medical Assistance Week here in Kern County. This week is a special time for patients, providers, and employers to celebrate and recognize medical assistants as vital members of the healthcare community. Medical Assistance Week was first founded in the 1980s as a way to educate the public of the importance of this profession. There are an estimated 650,000 medical assistants nationwide. 650,000 doing the real work. Doing the important work of supporting our physicians and other healthcare workers in a wide variety of ways, including both administrative and clinical duties. As you can imagine, during the height of the pandemic, our medical assistants served on the front lines of helping to treat our patients. In fact, it was medical assistants who helped my office create the first drive-through mass testing and vaccination sites in the Central Valley that served thousands of residents in Kern County and beyond. I am extremely grateful for their bravery and dedication to our community. As this pandemic comes to an end, let us not forget the huge sacrifices that our medical assistants and other healthcare professionals have made to help keep our communities safe and healthy. Thank you for answering the call to action and for serving the glorious people of Kern County. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Good morning, Chairman and Board. My name is Katie Thompson. I am the Chief Human Resources Officer for Clinica Sierra Vista. I am accompanied here with our Chief Operations Officer, Oscar Fletes, our Chief Compliance Officer, Amandeep Basara, Chief Financial Officer John Church, and members of our Communication Department, Adam Alvidrez and Jackie Bird. For over 50 years, Clinica Sierra Vista has been providing access to affordable health care to underserved populations of Kern County. Many of our patients fall 200% below the poverty level. The quality of care provided is not possible without a well-trained and highly skilled and passionate compassion for all of our patients. Our medical assistants who are being recognized go beyond the call of duty every single day. They help with scheduling appointments. They help with processing insurance, rooming patients, documenting medical information of historical data, being able to go in every single day, do their job, and do it well. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank our medical assistants enough and appreciate the Board of Supervisors for going the extra mile to recognize our medical assistants. Thank you all for your time, and thank you so much.
They're so well spoken. The Board of Supervisors, County of Kern, State of California, officially proclaims October 17 to 21 Medical Assistance Recognition Week in Kern County. Recognition has been entered into the official board minutes signed by our Honorable Chairman, Zach Scribner, October 25, 2022. Again, thank you for all you do. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Next is item number 4, public presentations. So this portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter not on this agenda but under the jurisdiction of the board. Board members may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed. They may ask a question for clarification, make a referral to staff for factual information, or request staff to report back to the board at a later meeting. Also, the board may take action to direct the staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. And so at this time, I'll ask if there's any members of our audience that would like to make a public presentation. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes, and please state your name before you begin. Who will be at first, please? Good morning.
Good morning, board members. My name is Sandy Moreno. I'm a resident of California City. I'm also a home care worker. I take care of my grandmother. I've been taking care of her for about 2 years, but I'm not here to, just keep on talking about my story, but also representing the thousands of other home care providers that are negotiating their contract with the county. Started, I believe, about 2 months ago. We do very important work, okay? The fact that I had to leave my career in order to take care of my grandmother is something that a lot of home care workers experience in all over California, but specifically in Kern County, we haven't received a fair contract in the past 7 years, and that is not acceptable. We're here to say that the work that we do is part of the infrastructure, that we are just as important as other care professionals, right? We are part of that team. We keep patients in their homes so that they can live independently and also be part of their communities, right? This is a growing industry, right? The fastest growing industries in the United States, 33% across the nation, right? And we need to look at why are we not investing in home care workers? We are part of this infrastructure, and I'm just here to, let the board know that the work that we do is not just me, it's not just the people that are gonna be talking, it's thousands of other home care workers that need a raise, right? Also, if I'm not doing this work, I want another home care provider who will be taking over for me to actually receive the pay, the benefits. A lot of workers that come from other counties, they lose their benefits, they lose their health care because they come to Kern County, and that's not fair. You don't have to tell us that you don't care about us. You just have the actions show for themselves that you do not care for us. And we are here because we are so, we need a good contract. We need to be able to provide for ourselves so that we can take care of our patients the way that we can. So thank you for your time today, and I hope you hear us.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maria Teresa Juarez, and I'm a provider. I've been in Bakersfield for more than 5 years, but taking care of my mother and my father more than 15 years ago. My mother just passed recently. I have my father, who's 100 years old right now. And this is a job that I do for love, not just for the money, but we are here to tell you that really this is not an easy job. This is something really very hard job. And we are here to ask, to request, and to demand a better salary and a benefits. And for sure, I know that all of you here have a good benefits. We all need benefits. We are here to protest, to request, like I said again. Somebody says long ago, look and you will find. Knock on the door and the door will be open. Ask and you will have it. So that's why we are here. And you know who said those words. That was Jesus. And I'm asking here, with all my partners here, that we demand, we need it, and we will do a better job. Because it makes it difficult having a very bad salary, no benefits, so it's harder. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning, everyone. Mi nombre es Laura Flores y resido en el condado de Kern. He estado viviendo en el condado de Kern durante 19 años y soy trabajador de IHSS durante año y medio y vivo en el distrito de Leticia Pérez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Flores, and I live in Kern County. I've been living in Kern for about 19 years, and I work for IHSS for the past a year and a half.
Empecé a trabajar hace año y medio empecé con mis padres en la situación de la pandemia para ayudarlos.
I began working for IHSS during the pandemic, taking care of my parents.
Un día, después de estar trabajando ya con mis padres con IHSS,
One day when I was working with my parents,
conocí a una persona en la calle, su nombre es Leobardo, de 38 años.
I met a man, his name is
Leobardo Juárez.
Leobardo Juárez.
Él estaba completamente ciego.
He was completely blind.
Él perdió su trabajo, perdió su casa, perdió todo y quedó en la calle por su ceguera, por el diabetes.
Due to his blindness, he lost his job, he lost his house, and he became homeless.
Nadie lo quiso ayudar.
No one wanted to help him.
Lo trajimos a casa con mi familia para ayudarlo.
So we took him in and we took him inside our home to care for him.
Y él lo pusimos en el programa de IHSS y lo ayudaron.
So we put him in the program of IHSS and we helped him.
Dios le dio la oportunidad después de 6 semanas volver a mirar.
So God gave him the opportunity to, after 6 weeks of treatment, to be able to see again.
Él estaba muy deteriorado de su cuerpo porque ya tenía 5 años viviendo en la calle.
His body was very deteriorated because he had been living in the streets for a while now.
Él no soportó y hace 6 semanas falleció.
He couldn't take it anymore, and a few weeks ago, he passed away.
Como sabrán, el programa de IHSS ayuda a pagar los servicios prestados para que un beneficiario de IHSS pueda permanecer seguro en su propio hogar. Este trabajo no es fácil y ganar el salario mínimo sin beneficios lo hace más difícil.
As you may know, the program of IHSS helps us pay for the services so that we can help the patients live in their home independently. And this job is not easy, especially earning the minimum wage.
Por eso es que estamos este día aquí para pedir que nos aumenten los salarios para poder tener más beneficiarios, porque afuera hay mucha necesidad de las personas y teniendo un salario mejor podemos tener más gente, más beneficiarios ayudando a las personas que tienen necesidad allá afuera.
This is why we're here today, because if we want to help the community, we want to make sure that we also have a good living wage so that we can keep helping the community.
Estoy aquí hoy porque la Junta de Supervisores del Condado de Kern necesita entender que cuando niega un aumento a los cuidadores como yo, está negando un futuro a nuestro condado allá afuera.
So I'm here today in front of you to tell you that when you deny us higher wages, you're denying a lot of other members of the community the care that they need.
La inacción de la Junta para abordar los salarios estancados, la falta de personal, la rotación desenfrenada continua perjudica al acceso de nuestra comunidad a servicios y atención críticos.
The low wages and the lack of personal rotation of different providers it's really affecting our community and the services and important services and attention that we provide.
La verdad es que la mayoría de nosotros necesitamos esa ayuda. Algún día la vamos a necesitar. Todos somos humanos y todos necesitamos la ayuda. Sin nosotros, miles de personas en el condado de Kern tendrían que vivir en instituciones costosas o en la calle como Leobardo Juárez.
So, in fact, the majority of us will need these services at one point. And if we don't have services like the IHSS, we will end up in the streets just like the patient that she took care of.
Thank you, ladies. Your time has expired. Next speaker, please.
Muy buenos días con todos.
Good morning, everybody.
Soy Aida Osorio.
My name is Aida Osorio.
Tengo un hijo con discapacidades y soy la madre de mi hijo, tiene 18 años.
I take care of my son. He's 18 years old and he has a disability.
Mi hijo usa incluso en las noches pañales.
He uses adult diapers at night.
Y pues vengo aquí a pedirles que nos dé un salario justo, porque uno se trabaja de día y de noche con los hijos, con los familiares que tenemos.
And I'm here to ask you for a better wage increase because we take care of our loved ones 24/7, and we take care of our family members and friends 24/7.
Y pues nuestro condado de Kern es lo que nos representa a nosotros. Y pues queremos un salario justo porque es un trabajo que nosotros lo hacemos de día y de noche.
And because Kern County does represent and has the power to give us higher wages, we are asking for a just wage increase.
Y en estos momentos aún más porque el costo de vida ha subido.
And the cost of living has been, it's higher now.
Porque uno va de compras, pues el dinero no alcanza y más para que la tenemos nuestros familiares no nos alcanza.
And we cannot afford our basic necessities.
Y por favor, desde aquí pido que nos den un salario justo y que nos hagan un contrato.
And I'm just here to ask you for a higher wage increase and a better contract.
He terminado y he dicho muchas gracias, esperando su comprensión de todos ustedes. Muchas gracias.
I hope, sorry for my translation, but I hope that you guys can understand our need, and thank you so much for your time.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name is Jeanette Silva. I am an IHSS home care provider here in Bakersfield, California. I live in Supervisors Act Screeners District, like the rest of the over 8,000 IHSS workers in Kern County. I work for low-income seniors and people with disabilities in our community. We do the kind of personal care tasks that make it possible for people to live in their homes. Things like dressing and bathing and bowel and bladder care. I'm also a certified nurse assistant. I'm a caregiver. I'm a home health aide. And I work other places besides IHSS. But the truth is, most of us will need this help one day. We are all human. We all need help. Without us, thousands of people in Kern County might have to live in expensive institutions. We give people the freedom to live their lives like they want to, at home with their families, healthy and safe. People in the community care for people in the community. That's the Kern County I want to see. Isn't that what you want as well? Bakersfield is my home. This is where my family and my friends are. This is where I spend my money, where I pay my bills, where I go to church. A neutral arbitrator found that the county could raise our wages, but the BOS said no. We are keeping you at minimum wage just because we can. You know, A small raise would help. We could use this money in our local stores. We can use it for our workers. In fact, it's estimated that a raise for IHSS workers would estimate $23 million in economic activity for our county. By blocking this modest raise for IHSS workers, the Board of Supervisors is endangering not only the health of our residents, but the health of our economy. We are humbly asking. I have a son who had mental illness during this time. We have people like, the adoptions and the health care workers. We are those people in homes, and we need this care as well. I had a son who was studying nursing. I have 7 children myself that are my own, and my husband worked for Hall Ambulance as a paramedic for many years.
Could you please bring your comments to a close? Your
Okay,
time has
so
expired.
I just want to say that we are caregivers, and we need the same help. We need the same insurance that you all receive, and we would just appreciate it. We humbly ask you to help us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who'll be next, please? Any other speakers? Okay, seeing none. Mr. Alsop, would you kindly provide any remarks in response to the concerns that have been expressed as far as our current situation in discussing issues with the IHSS in regard to pay, et cetera, and explain what is the dynamic with the county, with folks in this department that work in this capacity in regards to the state versus the county relationship?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Probably the most important thing to comment on is we are at the table with UDW. We have provided them an offer, which includes a raise. So the ball is in their court. We're waiting to hear back from them. Our next meeting is scheduled sometime in November, in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know the date.
Thank you. Okay, that brings the conclusion to the public presentations, because I don't see anybody else who's wanting to speak. So we're going to move on now to board member announcements or reports. Do any board members have any announcements or reports? Okay, seeing none. Then that brings us to the conclusion of our agenda for this morning. We do have one item to consider in closed session. This is item number 54 under the County Council. And I will entertain at this time a motion to adjourn to closed session.
So moved.
We are adjourned.